There's the piece you wanted?
Yeah.
Oh no.
A couple days since I've picked up the camera. So what I've been working on is all of the wall paneling for like behind the couch, behind the kitchen cabinet, behind the upper cabinets, and then on the table we have all of the framing for the couch. We're starting this morning by assembling the spice rack and then figuring out the exact position of that within the kitchen so that we can get it installed. Now that we have the spice rack all put together and the supports treated, we're gonna put it up. So here's one of the supports, and we'll just put some screws through this interior framing piece into the support on both sides, and then these pocket screws will attach to the spice rack itself, and then I'll have another support. So I have another support here, and that'll go below the spice rack, so we have one above and below it once it's installed. Last couple pocket screws to support this from the bottom.
I think it looks great.
That's right, it does look good. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about the green in the back.
No, I like it. Adds depth.
Yeah, that's right. Yesterday, after getting the spice rack installed, Danielle and I were able to get all of the electrical hooked up in the kitchen, and we finished putting up the kitchen wall backer. Today, I'm going to be installing the couch frame, and the first thing I need to do is modify the frame that I built a few days ago, because I forgot that it overlaps with the wheel well boxes, so I just need to cut the frame in a couple places in order to accommodate the wheel well box. We got the first modified frame done here, so let's hope it fits. With this fitting, I'm going to go back to the shop and add the 4 uprights in the 4 corners, and then add the top part of the frame. So now with this half the couch done, I'm gonna move over and do the other side. Although that side is bigger and more complicated, so maybe I'm like a third of the way done. It's now the next day and I'm continuing the couch framing, and the first thing I have to do is fix that gap right there. So what I did was I just measured this box and then I cut that much out of this cross piece. What I forgot about was that cross piece actually butt up against a 2x2 here. So I should have measured the box, subtracted 1.5 inches, and then made the cut. So that's why we have like about 1.5 inches gap there. Doesn't really look like it, but it's about 1.5 inches. So now that's fitting really nicely. See, it's fit up there and fit right into that corner. So from here, I'm gonna add the uprights to all of the corners here, much like the one that I'm sitting on right now, and then we'll get the top part of the frame put in. So I am almost done assembling the frame, and I'm running into one of the pieces of 2x4 is just cracking all over the place. Here you can see just this huge crack that came in, and then there's a gap there. Crack continues around this side, and on this side of that same piece as well, another really big crack. And and then on the end here. So I think I'm just gonna remake this piece and put it in unpainted, and then I'll paint it in the van because I want to get this done and installed and don't want to wait for the paint to dry to screw everything in. So I'm just making some quick stir-fry ramen. This has definitely become my go-to lunch as of late. Got some mushrooms in the pan right now, browning up, releasing all that umami, and I'll just be adding some tofu, broccoli, red pepper, and garlic. This was originally a spicy garlic noodle recipe, so there is a lot of garlic. And I'm convinced broccoli is Kona's favorite food, so she always gets a little treat. Kona, come. Sit. Spin. Good girl, you go. Good girl. So the sauce for this, we got some soy sauce, maple syrup, peanut butter, and red pepper flakes. I got the couch frame now all but screwed down to the floor. Everything fits really well, and I really like it. I actually really like the green. Even though you're not going to see any of this green in here, all of the couch frame is going to be covered up by walls, basically plywood on the outside of it that's going to be white, and you're not going to be able to see the wheel wells at all from this, but I actually really like the color, so that's good. This is also the first time that I really feel like I can see the van coming together after hours and hours sketching stuff and making the 3D model and all of that. This is the first time kind of in real life being able to see stuff come together and see the pieces get put together. And here's that one piece. Once I get everything in and screwed in, I'll paint this then, but I just wanted to get it all put together without waiting for the paint to dry. The last thing I have to do before being able to screw this in is cut this piece of trim here, so you can see it's sitting up there and it's a little rocky on there. So I'm going to cut this piece of trim back. Alright, I just finished installing the couch and it fits really well. I'm super happy with it. Under this seat, which is on the driver's side, is where our other DC fuse box is going to be, which is why there are so many wires down in there. Thanks everyone for watching. That's where we're going to leave it this week, and we'll see you in the next one.